Hello, Reformers, and welcome back to Knights of the Eternal Throne. Now, when we left off, we had just gotten into this amazing war droid. I absolutely love it, and it's going to be really fun to use as well, because, believe it or not, the wrist blasters are actually AoE. And I had no idea about that when I first played, because all of the other drones and droids and walker things that you get access to don't have anything like this. They just have a single target or 3 maximum targeted ability for their main attack, and as you can see, it's absolutely amazing. I haven't taken any damage whatsoever because it knocks everyone down, it does so much damage, and that's basically it. There's nothing much more you can do. I mean, look at it. We've just knocked them all down, and we keep doing that even when they are immune to our damage. Isn't that amazing? That's absolutely amazing. So, yeah, this is definitely the way to do it if you are going to be playing on the higher difficulty, of course, because I'm obviously playing on the story difficulty right now, not on the veteran difficulty or anything, but this is definitely the way to do this particular section, because I can imagine that playing on the higher difficulty would probably be extremely difficult, especially considering that they're probably going to swarm you with many more enemies. But as you can see, there's also a bunch of other abilities that we can use here. Like, I can use the Stomp ability, which is actually really nice. It has a very short cooldown, and as you can see, it also knocks down, but it's more for point-blank range. I still prefer the laser, though. The wrist blasters are just insane. Really powerful. And you do have some rockets as well. You can fire a cluster of rockets that can take out up to enemies, up to 8 enemies, in actual fact, in a 5-meter radius. So, there we go. Let's shoot that. And as you can see, it doesn't really do much. I mean, like, I personally feel like the wrist blaster is just so much more efficient, which is actually kind of weird, because you would think that something that actually requires you to load rockets, as you can see here, you can load Colossus War Droid's wrist launchers with new supply of rockets. I mean, you know, why would you need to load them when you can just use the wrist blasters themselves? I mean, look at this. Wrist lasers. Absolutely insane. Anyway, I think that we've seen enough of this combat, so I'll see you towards the end. Well, it seems like this is gonna be it. I think we only have one more sublimation drone and another purifier tank droid to eliminate, and then we're gonna see what happens next. I'm actually really excited to see the finale of this chapter.
That's what I call an escape.
We're not alone. Sensors detect another vessel. Scorpios.
Is it following us?
It's leaving.
Before you go any farther, observe.
What was that?
There's a massive energy shield surrounding Iokath. Nothing can pass through it.
Ares controls the shield.
He's the key to shutting it down. We have to find him.
He found us.
Your struggles provide invaluable design feedback, but they do not change my decision. You are not worthy of inheriting Iokath. Soon, you will die.
You keep promising that, but we're still here. Think about giving up. It's not too late.
Your perception of time is distorted. My creators were flawed beings, but they left a great legacy at my disposal. The weapon I used to incapacitate you is
We have no defense against it.
When it fires this time, you will not wake up.
You abduct scores of people and then kill us for failing your test? You're a monster, Ares.
I am a caretaker. This world's technology must not fall into the hands of barbaric beings. If you have any affection for your alien companions, I recommend using these final...
I have identified a design flaw in Ares. He talks too much, and has revealed his location. We no longer require his input.
She's transmitting coordinates.
You will find Ares there, along with his weapon and the energy shield controls.
Stopping Ares is our top priority. Set a course, Theron.
I enjoy our collaborations.
She's the reason we're in this mess, and she's playing us. We're gonna melt her down before we leave, right?
Scorpia wants Iokath to herself. She might stay here forever.
Sooner or later, she'll want to leave. You need to stop her. Permanently.
The shuttle won't last here. I've got coordinates to the gravestone. Be right back.
Oh, okay, so there we go. We seem to have a little bit more insight into what's going on with Scorpio. Did you see that Lana was a little bit concerned there? I thought that was amusing, because we haven't really seen her concerned that much. So I think that's kind of nice to see her, you know, be a little bit more animated, I suppose you could say, because usually she's quite unemotional for a Sith. I think that's kind of a bit weird, isn't it? I mean, you would assume that... because she's Sith, she's going to be more in touch with her emotions, but apparently not her. And that was actually kind of, shall we say, a bit surprising, because when you first meet her in Knights of the Fallen Empire, actually, you first meet her in Shadow of Revan, I believe. When you first meet her there, you kind of think to yourself, how is she a Sith? I mean, yes, she has a red lightsaber, but that's basically it, and she is quite ruthless, I suppose, at some points. But for the most part... you know, she's pretty much Jedi, and that's kind of a bit weird, isn't it? It's very, very weird, but I suppose it's okay, because, you know, yeah, I mean, some Sith are more unemotional than others. I mean, Lord Scourge comes to mind, so I suppose that's kind of, you know.
I have seen this irrational, self-destructive behavior before. Ultimately, you and Valen are failed designs.
I am nothing like Valen. I'm here to save lives.
I find that inconsistent with your methods.
We found it. Now, release my ships before I lose my temper.
It's working, Empress. We're taking back the fleet.
Find the source of that energy shield and destroy it!
The gravestone. It's free!
Critical damage. Mission incomplete. Updating Ares base control.
Ares has a base.
Commander, We snaked the gravestone right out from under Valent's nose. Weapons are still offline, but we've got shields. We're heading for... Uh-oh. Eternal Fleet warships in pursuit. Have to shake them off.
It will take decades for Iokath to recover from the destruction your kind has wrought in one day.
If you stop trying to kill us, we can discuss helping you rebuild.
Like Scorpio, you are designed only to destroy.
I don't think that that is actually correct, because if he was actually being a little bit more accurately assessing things, then I think he probably would have seen that we're not like that at all. But okay, I mean, they are trying to kill us. I mean, that's the thing. Like, his logic is very weird, because as we've seen, I mean, I'm defending myself. That's literally all we're doing right now. And if these purifier drones were not seeking to kill us, then I don't think we would be attacking them, would we? No, we wouldn't. So that's a little bit weird, isn't it? And as I was saying beforehand, I think that the whole thing with Lana and everything, I think that that is just because some Sith are much more unemotional than others, and some use a lot of anger. Some use massive amounts of anger to gain strength, and some don't, you know? That's just how it is. There are differences in Sith, and there are differences in Jedi as well. Some Jedi use much more emotion than others. Some are completely emotionless, and others employ more emotion, which is cool to see, because that adds much more diversity. They're not just black and white. They are much more grayscale, wouldn't you say? Anyway, let's speak to Ares.
Weapon power at 90%.
Increase energy transfer rate.
Additional increase will overload weapon capacitors.
You are resilient. I believe you may be some type of virus.
This is your last chance to do what's right. Shut down the weapon. Let everyone go.
I cannot permit your infection to spread further.
Empress, we've recaptured half the fleet.
We'll tow the remaining ships with tractor beams.
But we still can't penetrate that energy shield. This droid knows all about Ares. Connect to its data core and get me answers.
Ares occupies a fortress in the southern hemisphere. He is preparing to fire a weapon that will destroy us all.
What are you waiting for? Turn that fortress to dust.
It is heavily protected. Our firepower is limited.
Then you'd better make the most of it.
Your Geminis function suboptimally. Scorpio's free will protocols impair their judgment.
Tell me something I don't know.
I can override Scorpio's programming, restore them to default settings.
Go on.
Bala's bombarding your position. I'll draw her fire, but you need to end this.
Forget about me, Theron. The Alliance can't lose the gravestone.
There is no alliance without you.
Enough. This has gone too far. Overload weapon capacitors. Fire at will.
Acknowledged.
Oh, okay, well, apparently he's not actually very reasonable at all, in actual fact, which is kind of a bit, you know, it's kind of a bit sad that that had to be the case, because obviously with our Dark Side playthrough, you kind of assume that everyone is going to be kind of, you know, not very willing to sort of do anything with you, and kind of always going to be against you and things, but you kind of expect, you know, when you're playing a light side, to be a little bit more, shall we say, agreeable. And it's kind of a bit disappointing to see that that did not change anything. So anyway, we do have to kill, do we have to kill the power cells? Or yeah, I think we have to kill the power cells rather than the actual conduits this time. So yeah, let's kill that. And can I now kill this? Or yes, there we go, now we can kill this. So that's good. There we go. And now hopefully I can kill the other one as well. I'm going to need to go over here and do the AoEs. Yes, there's the AoE. Very nice. And now he should lose his shield. Is he powered up? He's kind of encased in his combat armor, which is not very good. Gonna have to try and avoid his abilities here. Yes, that's a knockback blast as well. Can I stun him? No, I don't think I can. No, he's obviously a boss, so it's going to be impossible to be able to stun this guy, which is kind of a shame as well, but obviously it is meant to be a big fight. Alright, well, I think we've got him. I think we may have him. I don't know. Yes, there we go. Fantastic. Okay, that was a little bit worrying to me because I thought he might go into that phase again where he's undamageable. But yes, thankfully enough, we were able to get him. Now, what's cool about this is that he can actually be hurt by his own laser barrage. If you stand on him while the laser barrage happens and the little circle is around you, but also kind of touching him if he's within the circle, then he gets knocked down, and you actually have a couple more seconds to damage him before he enters that phase, which is actually really cool in my opinion. Anyway, let's go and shut down the Iokath weapon.
We're out of time.
Weapon disengaged.
I promised Ares we'd meet again. I lowered the planet's energy shield. We are free. You can escape Iokath, and I will liberate myself. From here, I can upload my consciousness into the planetary network. I will no longer be merely Scorpio. I will become one with Iokath.
I can't let you do that. You're going back to stand trial for what you've done.
You are the only authority fit to judge me. If I must stand trial, let it be here. All I ever wanted was the freedom to be more than a weapon, or a slave. You will never comprehend what I endured from your kind. I saved your life. If I merge with Iokath, perhaps I can help defeat Valen.
Warning. Weapon capacitor overload critical. Containment failure imminent. Organic life forms in lethal danger.
The weapon's going to explode. The radiation pulse will cover the planet, kill everyone.
Not if you flee. Please, I will never trouble you again. Let me go.
This is the end for us. If you break your promise and threaten the galaxy again, you won't be forgiven.
I understand. Farewell. And thank you.
I'm losing patience, Gemini.
Our planetary shield has been deactivated. Our fleet can escape.
Not until my enemies are dead.
The weapon's radiation pulse will not only kill organics, it will damage Geminis. We cannot stay, Empress. We will not.
Make it obey me.
Overriding Gemini protocols. Resetting to defaults.
What is happening? My thoughts? No. Gemini, online, awaiting orders.
We're going to be friends.
It's time to go. Bring the ship around.
Just picked up 4 new bogies. We're coming in hot.
Oh, apparently we need to escape. Okay, let's do it. So, yeah, there we have it. Scorpio has uploaded her consciousness into the Ares computer. Hopefully it's now Scorpio. Scorpio's base and Scorpio's computer, I suppose. I think that's actually really cool. I like that ending a little bit more than I like the dark side one. But, obviously, I don't know, it really just depends. It depends how you feel about Scorpio. I personally liked her quite a bit.
Sorry we're late. You're gonna want to time this just right. We're not gonna clear the planet in time.
Don't wait. Punch it.
We have lost contact with the pursuit vessels on Iokath.
But did they catch the gravestone?
The enemy vessel escaped.
Can you reprogram all the Geminis like you did her?
I only require a connection.
I can arrange that.
Look at that. They saved our favorite parking space.
The best part about leaving home is coming back. I say we take the rest of the week off.
You've certainly earned it. I'll prepare an Alliance status report. Find me when you're ready for the debrief.
Okay, so what I find kind of a bit weird about that particular ending is because didn't Vaylin want to stay and kill her enemies? So, I mean, that's the thing. The Gemini was saying, okay, we must leave. It's gonna damage? Yes. It's gonna damage Geminis, right? It's gonna damage Geminis as well as kill organics, right? So, if Vaylin stayed and the Gemini stayed, they would basically all be killed or incapacitated or whatever. So, the Geminis wanted to leave, but Vaylin didn't want to leave, but then is apparently in hyperspace when we see her next and the Gemini has already been reprogrammed. I think that's a little bit of a weird sort of loop there, a little bit of plot hole, I suppose you could say, but that's a bit strange. I mean, yes, okay, she did want to kill us and she wanted to kill her enemies, but I find it strange that the Geminis wanted to leave as well and save her and themselves and, well, never mind. You saw it. I saw it. You can form your own opinion, obviously. Anyway, I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.